As Denmark's biggest retailer, Salling Group prides itself on keeping one step ahead of demand. To satisfy customers in each corner of the country, it operates discount stores, supermarkets and hypermarkets, and now even restaurants and coffee shops. The company, which also has presence in Poland and Germany, serves 11 million people every week and is growing fast. In the area of technology, for more than a decade, it has invested heavily in digital commerce, and Salling Group now also offers a seamless online shopping experience through its Vertex, Bilka and department store brands. By integrating online and offline retailing, establishing popular e-commerce sites and rolling out a click and collect service for grocery buyers, the group has moved smoothly into the digital age. There was, however, one area Salling Group hadn't conquered: the home delivery of grocery goods. Already a low-margin business, grocery retail is well known for being difficult to translate into home delivery. There are significant supply chain and logistical challenges to overcome in order to land fresh food on the doorsteps of customers. But last year, it decided to make the leap. As Salling Group's Executive Vice President for Digital and E-Commerce, Thor Jørgensen, explains.
Our brands need to be where the customers are. So with the change in consumer behavior, we are changing along the way with that, and as a result of that, our engagement and our commitment to becoming a strong e-commerce player is at a completely different level now than it was 2 or 3 years ago.
The catalyst for this home delivery project was COVID-19. With customers unable to visit stores due to lockdown restrictions, the industry saw a huge spike in demand for deliveries. Initial planning discussions took place early in 2020, but when the severity of the coronavirus outbreak became clear, Salling made a bold commitment. It was to condense what would in normal times be an 18-month program into just 6 months of work. Steen, Kronborg, Chief Enterprise Architect, tells us more.
We said yes, the volumes are so big that we just have to be there. We need an active presence, we can't wait anymore, so that's really the urgency. The challenge here was not that we had one project, but actually we had a new building project, we have a new warehouse supply chain project, we have a new front-end project, we have a new... So it's more the combined effort that was a concern.
Salling Group took steps early on to make a highly ambitious program achievable. The team set a go-live date and worked backwards, and decided to launch home delivery initially only for its Vertex brand in the greater Copenhagen area, knowing that a wider rollout wouldn't be possible in the timeframe. One aspect it wasn't prepared to compromise on, though, was the quality of service it was to offer its customers. It wanted to build a minimum lovable product from the outset, knowing that users would be expecting the same choices and products as they would get in a brick-and-mortar store.
The key point is really to do what you have said you would do. So when you offer fruit and veg to customers expect you to deliver them fresh home. When you tell them that you can come within a certain hour or certain time frame, they expect you to do that. Even if there is traffic on the way or something happens, the customer expects you to fulfill what you promise. With the right strategic and tactical choices, I think we felt comfortable that it potentially could be done, but we knew, of course, that there was a risk of us being delayed.
Salling Group assigned the very brightest talent from its team so the project could quickly gather momentum. But it knew that to tackle the many key elements of a home delivery program at this speed, it would have to get some outside help. The company opened its doors to a number of strategic partners, adopting an approach that would involve integrated teams and an as-one mentality. One such partner was Vesternacker Consulting. Vesternacker is a technology consultancy specializing in the SAP stack. The foundation of successful digital commerce is reliable back-end operations, and Salling Group had a long-established SAP-based system which Vesternacke helped optimize for grocery home delivery. Working on order fulfillment and internal process optimizations around its new dark store, a conventional supermarket in stock, but with an optimized layout to fulfill online orders. Taking learnings from a similar project with a retailer in Norway, Vesternacke Consulting was able to offer its services around transportation execution and the last mile delivery, areas not so familiar to Salling Group. The breadth of supports from Vesternacke Consulting proved invaluable to Salling Group's teams, says Kronborg.
It's a mix between traditional technology, business process, but also active consulting on a more management level. That's been super. That really can go very, very deep in the technical areas as well. It's not just, it sounds a bad word, warehouse processes and transportation processes and optimizations, but actually also the core technologies at the same time. So they're really covering and our trusted partner in this area.
Another essential element of the build for Salling Group was to ensure its underlying architecture was flexible and adaptive. As the organisation has grown its digital presence in recent years, it has eschewed end-to-end platforms in favour of a modular services architecture. According to Kronborg, who has led much of this work, this offers the means to more easily improve products and copy and paste services into other use cases. He likens it to the build of a house and only using the bricks, or microservices, that you need to launch any given product. This approach has been fundamental for Salling to make the economics of grocery home delivery work, and was also the decisive factor in the company partnering with Neveo Commerce for its e-commerce solution. Neveo Commerce's platform has been developed around the idea of headless commerce, namely an e-commerce solution which is API-led, dovetailing with Salling's modular services architecture. Also offering modules around order and warehouse management, along with pricing and last-mile fulfillment, Kronborg describes Neveo's platform as the glue binding Salling's home delivery stack together.
Neveo represents for us a very important part of the tech stack. There is a lot of logic built into that layer, and we know that doing that right has tremendous value both customer-wise and ops-wise. And I think it's been overall a great partnership where they contribute with their tech components, and of course can leverage that and what they have built before, have allowed us to come to the market fast.
No e-commerce project is complete, however, without a front end that brings the service alive for customers who want a simple and fast way to order a shopping delivery. With today's users expecting seamless omni-channel experiences on websites and mobile apps, this was a critical part of the programme for Salling Group and led to it enlisting the help of Accenture. Accenture, through its global design and innovation consultancy Fjord, took ownership of the UX design and front-end build to produce a new site and app. Salling Group also tapped Accenture's vast expertise in digital consulting, allowing it to take control of project and process management for the entire home delivery tech stack. Kronborg says it also provided invaluable insights on the commercial and good practice sides.
Accenture basically they did it more or less end-to-end from the outside-in perspective. Look at just how the size of teams are. There are many people involved. But actually, yes, they utilize the capacity. It's a modern web company now. The flexibility and agility of Accenture has been a really superb experience because we have not been easy. Because everything has been so fast and so agile in an active way. But that's just the nature of the program.
The pace of the project was both the highlight and the biggest challenge for Salling Group and its partners. All sides dived straight into design and development after Easter last year, but it wasn't an easy ride. Kronborg admits that in late summer, Salling Group's top-down just-do-it approach meant that some difficult conversations were had as the teams neared the crucial phase of the programme. Extra complications came from the fact that people were also working fully remotely because of the pandemic. Stakeholders met virtually at the same time each week to keep each other informed on the state of the project and to jointly tackle any issues that might slow things down. Salling Group had already established a work-from-home culture before COVID-19, which also helped to keep individuals motivated.
In reality, we had hard times, we had the dark periods, as everybody will feel. But here, we are stepping out of the shadows now and do the final fighting together as a one combined. So we are a combined group team. People are filling in different gaps, not always one originally intended, but we found this one, and I'm really, really proud that somehow we managed to find each other in a virtual teams, because it's never been done before in reality.
I would say sort of the remote collaboration is a part of a DNA and how we work. So in that sense, that has been, I wouldn't say business as usual, but there has been similarities the way we run this project as how we run other parts of the business. We are working with various methods on sprint planning and Scrum and all the, you can say, the classical ways of working. Totality-wise, we are, as I mentioned earlier, spending less time together physically and more time virtually together.
Salling Group's home delivery service went live in Copenhagen in January, and the teams are spending the first half of this year in optimization mode. It will soon offer the service in other Danish cities, with the next challenge to scale the system for deliveries in more rural areas. In the wider e-commerce space, Salling Group is also expanding its efforts in the meal box market following its 2017 acquisition of Skagen Food, and it continues to operate a sizable non-food e-commerce business through its supermarkets and hypermarkets. Jørgensen believes its ambitious grocery home delivery program with Vertex represents a very exciting phase of Salling's journey in digital.
You can argue that on the food side, we are still on the, you can say, learning curve or immature curve, but I would say we are picking up the pace very, very fast. It's a very, very inspiring journey to be part of, because we truly can see value in taking all our known skills from our company and applying them in a new setting online, and I think that's why the situation right now is strong, but the future is of course extremely interesting and I think bright for us.
Both Jørgensen and Kronborg are clearly proud of what Salling Group has achieved over the last 12 months in launching grocery home delivery in an extremely short time frame. The bulk of their praise is reserved for their own team, which has deployed its strongest resources from across the business to progress the project at turbo speed.
We have deployed some of our really, really strong people into making this happen. Experienced people, young talents, people that have a store background, knowing in depth how the service should be towards the customer, commercial people that understand the range, logistics, and I could mention many people that have done an extraordinary effort to get this up. The same has been the case for our digital and IT team. That have been fundamental. It's been a really fascinating journey to experience in my view, because so much talent and energy has been sort of unlocked or have had to show a lot of leadership in this part to get to where we are now. Personally, I'm having a blast every day I go to work. I think it's extremely interesting, challenging, learning new things every day, pushing the boundaries every day. And
in Kronborg's view, through this cutting-edge work, Salling Group has proven itself as a modern retailer fit for the future. One of the organisation's core values is to stay competitive and to win in all areas of the business, seize opportunities and resiliently overcome challenges together. Salling has demonstrated those qualities in abundance throughout this programme, and wants to continue to do so in the future, with technology at the forefront.
We made a foundation, a strong foundation, but we also, from a technical point of view, there are also a little bit feelings that yes, we can do even better, and that's really brings some excitement. I'm really looking forward because we are looking into a multi-year competitive space. For my personal opinion, that's super exciting, right? We will bring in a more data science side of it, introducing AI, machine learning. We will the new user experience. It is a new kind of ball game, so in this way it's quite exciting. And actually, I think we proved to ourselves we are now in a modern state, and actually also proven that we can take it in a fast pace. So I think we're in good, ambitious, more higher. Of course, higher as always. We want more, but where we are now, I think we really can say yes, we are one of the leading ones.